Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Richard.
I'm Liz, and this is Lap of the World.
You join us today for NSXpedition 2022. You can see behind us we've got a bunch of NSXs here in the parking lot of a coffee shop up in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains in East Tennessee.
This is not our first year hosting it, but honestly this is our first year with sunny weather.
I know.
So,
we're actually
it's hot.
actually vlogging outside. Predicted 96 today. Should be a good time. Good thing we're going to gain altitude, so it should be a little bit better. But we'll give you a quick walk around the cars, and then we're going to take off driving.
All right, well, we are on the road with about 17 cars, which is a record for us.
I think 15 of which are actually NSXs.
Yeah.
So we had a few Honda friends. One Subaru we're just going to ignore joined us today, but no, I'm kidding. But NSXs and friends. But
So we're on the missing link.
We're on the missing link. This is the new section. If you haven't been to the East Tennessee in a while, there's a new section of the Foothills Parkway, opened in 2018. And that's what we are driving now. And as is tradition, we are currently stuck behind a motorcycle, which is why we decided, take a moment and give you an update. But
yeah, so it is an absolutely gorgeous day, which is shocking because every year we've done this, it's been raining.
We'll get to actually see the views from the top, which we will
from behind the motorcycles.
We'll attempt to show you those. But otherwise, we will probably pick you up at our first stop at 129 Hub. All right, folks, well, we've hit our first stop for the day here at the 129 Hub. You can kind of see it in the background there. It's a newer establishment. If you haven't been up here in a few years, it's a neat little stop for some burgers, dogs, souvenirs, or just to stretch your legs in between driving a bunch of awesome roads. We have our total count again, 17 cars today with 15 NSXs, a couple of interlopers, but it's okay. They're all 3-liter cars, so we've got a BRZ and a CTR here as well. But everyone's kind of just browsing around back there for right now, but here in a few minutes we're going to get back on the road and actually head up the Dragon proper to our stop for lunch, so we'll pick you up for that. So after that short update, we've now left 129 Hub after filling up on water and souvenirs mostly, because we're on the way to lunch, of course. The next thing we're going to do is drive the Dragon proper, which is why we're updating you now, because we don't want to be distracted or car sick talking to cameras.
Absolutely. And for those of you who don't know what the Dragon is, so it's Highway 129, which is people refer to as the tail of the Dragon, because it is 11 miles and 318 turns in that 11 miles.
Extremely twisty, extremely technical road. Probably the most famous road in the region, although there are other very nice roads around it that may be better depending on your car. So bear that in mind if you're planning a trip out this direction. Do your research. Lots of roads around here have names. Lots of them are fun to drive.
But not all of them people have heard of, unlike the Tail of the Dragon, where everybody who's anybody knows that.
But we're getting ready to cross Tabcat Bridge, which kind of marks the unofficial beginning of the tail. So we're going to put you down, and we'll pick you back up at lunch.
And we'll do our best not to get pulled over this year.
Yes, that's always the goal, mostly. All right, picking you back up after an uneventful, well, an enthusiastic but uneventful trip up the Dragon this time. No casualties, fortunately. All of our NSX friends made it up here in good order, as well as the other 2 3-liter cars that are with us. We're now going to enjoy some lunch at the historic Tapoco Lodge up here kind of on the North Carolina side of the Dragon. Nice, very pleasant stop. Has some lunch by the river over here. But you'll see some pretty pictures of that here momentarily, and we'll pick you guys back up once we're on the way to the Cherohala Skyway, which is our afternoon drive destination.
It's hot. We finished lunch. Everything went really well. We had about 20 people for lunch, and we have about 17 cars here at the dam. And then we're getting ready to go for the rest of our drive.
Yep.
But it is very hot.
It is very hot. So the high today was supposed to be 96. You can kind of tell that's taking its toll. We did stop for a photo opportunity, but there is not much shade or respite air at the Fontana Dam Basin, so we're going to get back on the road so people can get back into air conditioning at this point. Next stop, Cherohala Skyway, and then another scenic drive back to kind of civilization. The only car-related hiccup that happened this weekend manifested as we were leaving Fontana Dam when an otherwise immaculate NSX shockingly died halfway down the exit road. The owner had been fighting a small nagging issue with the supercharged car breaking up under some throttle, but that had now escalated suddenly into a full no start. Fortunately, the crowd we had on hand this weekend included a number of very tech-savvy folks, and after about 45 minutes of testing and fuse swapping and relay fiddling, the issue was finally isolated to a large wire shorting to ground, where it had been extended to reposition the alternator to accommodate the supercharger. With the wire repaired and a couple of fuses replaced, we got back on the road. The silver lining here was that it afforded time for another NSX and a half to join the group.
All right, well, the drive was successful. We made it, and we are here at dinner at Lakeside Tavern.
Yeah, got doused a little bit on the Skyway. I don't think we've actually done this drive yet without getting doused a little bit on the Skyway.
I probably jinxed it by saying this is the nicest weather we've had.
Just a little bit, but again, no casualties. We the one near casualty we had managed to get it repaired. Yep. We'll give you a play-by-play on that later, but the TLDR is it was an issue with an alternator setup related to being supercharged, where there was like a frayed wire involved, and it took a second to track down, but we had the right people and we had the tools to get it done.
Again,
so
the NSX community comes together, and
the NSX community rocks. We'll get a play-by-play on that one here maybe later, but yeah, we're gonna enjoy some dinner and then we'll pick you guys back up from Cars and Coffee in the morning.
Yep.
Well, good morning. We are back.
It is very early, and we were still late, even though we got here at 6:30.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the extent of the number of cars behind us right now. Probably not. You could even hear what I was saying because I had the mic pointed over my head. But
if you can see all the cars, so basically the main area is completely full. We are out in the sticks again.
Yeah, we're a little bit in the sticks, but it's okay.
But we're together.
We're all together. All together right now. And yeah, so this event starts at 8 for the record. It is right now like 6:45. We got here, we pulled into the parking lot at 6:30. We were already late.
Yep.
So, Knoxville Cars and Coffee, folks. But yeah, we're gonna hang out. We had enjoyed a lovely dinner last night. Fortunately, didn't keep us out too late, given that we had to be up early this morning. But gonna go and hang out with our friends back here and enjoy the last morning of NSXpedition. This kind of like unofficial bonus event here.
I mean, we didn't have too much attrition. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
yep.
13 cars.
Yep.
So.
And maybe a couple more that'll straggle in late to decide to sleep after some long days on the road, it sounded like. Or was it internet celebrity NS Extra Chris Cutt made it down eventually after some tire trouble. If you were following that adventure on Instagram,
including Cassius.
Yeah,
So who is the real star?
Yeah, right. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. That's who everybody really wants to see. But we're gonna go hang out and go take a look at some of the rest of the, like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 cars that are gonna be here. And otherwise, it's been a great weekend, and we'll do this again next year. So pay attention if you missed it. We'll try and get information out a few more places next year, a little bit earlier.
Yep.
But you need to hashtag us anywhere, hashtag NSXpedition.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the next one.